Surprise! Today I'm going to review Count Magnus.
De la Gardie. He who built Råbäck. The most extraordinary man was Count Magnus.
Well, he looks it.
Yes. A most extraordinary man.
Count Magnus was broadcast on the 23rd of December 2022. It was on BBC Two at 10 o'clock at night and is a part of the Ghost Story for Christmas series of productions. It was written and directed by Gatiss. Count Magnus was first published in 1904 by M.R. James in his first anthology of ghost stories. The director, Lawrence Gordon Clark, wanted to make this story in the 70s, but couldn't find the budget for it. However, over 40 years later, Gatiss managed to make it. It runs 30 minutes. Count Magnus stars Jason Watkins. It's set in Sweden, 1863, and it's about an Englishman who is investigating the archives of a noble family, but it takes a sinister turn. He finds out the secrets of Count Magnus. So Gatiss, he seems to have taken over from the ghost stories that used to be done by Lawrence Gordon Clark. He's wrote and directed the last 5. Hey Phil, that Gatiss used to write for Doctor Who. Yes, Gatiss wrote 9 scripts for Doctor Who, and he gave 5 appearances on the programme acting. And he says he also wants to do some more, but not necessarily M.R. James stories. So the series started a few years ago and they've made quite a few up to now. A Ghost Story for Christmas returned in 2005. It was directed by Luke Watson and was called A View from a Hill. Eh? A View to a Kill? That's a bloody James Bond film. No bones, it's A View from a Hill, not A View to a Kill. Number 13 came out in 2006 and that was directed by Pierre Wilkie. In 2010, we got Whistle and I'll Come to You, which is a remake of the 1968 version. However, it's a different storyline. That was directed by Andy DeEmony. In 2013, Gatiss took over and wrote and directed the next 5. The first was in 2013 called The Tractate Medoth. In 2018, he did an original one called The Dead Room, which isn't an M.R. James story, it's an original work that he wrote. In 2019, he did Martin's Close. In 2021, he did The Mezzotint. And in 2022, he did this one, Count Magnus. And he said he wants to do more, but he might do some that aren't based on M.R. James' works. He might do other authors. There's a good shock effect where you see someone's face. And there's some eerie moments involving a tomb where you expect someone's hand to come out, but instead it's something else. Why the hell did he hang around? If that was real life, the bloody person would piss off home instead of hanging around a bloody tomb. Yes, Bones always do illogical things in horror productions. You would run away home. And there's lots of eerie scenes set in the house where he's looking at the painting of Count Magnus. So there was some good lighting in them moments. Candlelight. I enjoyed them moments. Them scenes reminded us of the 70s productions. So although Count Magnus is one of the better of the new productions that they're doing, it's still not a patch off the 70s ones. The 70s ones had darker lighting, where this one, too much of the story is set during the daylight. And it also kind of proves that Lawrence Gordon Clark, who did the 70s ones, is a much better director than Gatiss. Definitely when you compare the two styles, he's a Gatiss, you can tell who the better director is. Another thing that holds this back is it's only 30 minutes. That's way too short to tell a story, because a lot of the time is involved in introducing the characters. So by the time you've done that and you've kind of like told the audience what the story's about, you don't have a great deal left. About 10 minutes to wrap it up, if that. I heard you shouting upstairs, Bones, after it finished. What were you shouting? Yeah, I did, Phil. I was watching it on the telly upstairs. When it finished, I shouted downstairs. Is it in 2 fucking parts? The bugger was finished before the fucker even began. Whereas the older ones, they were about 50 minutes. And that's a decent amount of time. Them extra 20 minutes make a massive difference. Not only that, but it was broadcast the day before Christmas Eve. Usually these stories are done on Christmas Eve. Usually they run about 11 o'clock. And they're finished for midnight when it's Christmas. And that gives it a lot more atmosphere. But with this one being on the 23rd of December, bloody 10 o'clock, it was a terrible time to put it on. When it's called A Ghost Story for Christmas, it should be on bloody Christmas Eve. However, it was quite good. One of the better newer ones. So out of 10, I think I'd give this one an 8. 8 out of 10. We do think Björnsen do like it. Ah, the bloody 70s ones are better than these bloody new buggers. Okay, everybody, bye. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye.
Pushing away something from him, which wasn't there.
If your mansion house needs just rent a ghost, we've got